Build this single, incredibly powerful path to overcoming pretty much any challenge you're facing today.
And it all really boils down to this one simple question. I mean, it's a question we've all asked ourselves when we feel stuck, right? Why does it seem like the things we want most in life are always guarded by the very things that scare us the most? Let's unpack that.
So to answer this, we're not going to pull out some modern psychology textbook. Nope, we're going straight to timeless wisdom. Two parables that have been passed down for generations. For one really simple reason, they just work.
I mean, we've all been there. You know that feeling. Maybe you felt like the villagers in our first story, just staring at a giant rock blocking your path, feeling completely powerless. Or maybe you feel more like the young man in our second story, full of anxiety about the future, questioning your own worth. That feeling, it's universal.
Okay, so let's start with that external problem, the physical, tangible thing that's standing right in our way. Our first story is all about the obstacle that just appears right there in front of you.
The setup is so simple, but it's brilliant. You've got this wise king who wants to see what his people are really made of. So what does he do? He puts a massive boulder smack in the middle of the main road. Now his goal isn't just to create a problem, it's to see who has the character, the will to actually solve it.
And check out how everyone reacted. First up, the wealthiest and most influential people. They just stood there, complained, and blamed the king for everything. Next, a brave knight comes along, sees the danger, but instead of doing anything, he just rides off to tell someone else to fix it. And finally, you have the simple farmers who just shrug, figure it's fate, and walk around it. Blame, delegation, avoidance. Does any of that sound familiar?
So this leaves us with a pretty big question, right? If all of these totally normal reactions lead to absolutely nothing, I mean, the rock is still sitting there, what's the alternative? What is the right way to act when you're staring down an obstacle? And that, my friends, brings us to our second parable. This one doesn't have a giant rock. Nope, it has something much, much smaller. But, as you'll see, infinitely more powerful. It reveals the answer by showing us the tools we already have inside us.
So in this story, you have a young man who's just filled with anxiety, desperate to figure out what his purpose is. And a wise elder doesn't sit him down for a long lecture. He just hands him a pencil and says, "The 5 secrets to a meaningful life. They're right there, in your hand."
Let's break these down real quick. First, the guiding hand. A pencil can't do anything without a hand to guide it, and neither can we. We need mentors. Second, the painful sharpening. Yeah, challenges hurt, but they're what make us sharp and effective. Third, the eraser. Hey, we all make mistakes. They're not failures, they're just opportunities to correct our course. Fourth, the core within. A pencil's real value isn't its shiny yellow paint, it's the graphite inside. Our value is our inner character. And finally, the mark you leave. A pencil's whole purpose is to make a mark. Ours is to leave a positive impact on the world.
Okay, this is it. This is where it all comes together. We have the external problem, the rock. And we have the internal toolkit, the pencil. Now, let's connect the dots.
So here's the crucial part of the story. While everyone else was complaining or just walking away, a single, tired farmer decided to actually do something. And look at how he did it. He was guided by his own conscience. He endured the painful sharpening of pushing that heavy rock. He knew his value wasn't in his simple clothes, but in his inner strength. And his motivation? To leave a positive mark by clearing the path for everyone else. He was, without even realizing it, the living lesson of the pencil.
And this, right here, is the core idea of this whole explainer. The rock is any external challenge you face, in your job, your life, whatever. The pencil is the internal strength you need to move it. You see, you just can't move the rock on the outside until you've built up that strength on the inside.
So what happened after the farmer, totally exhausted, finally shoves that boulder out of the way? Well, he looks down and finds a bag of gold coins sitting right where the rock used to be. Turns out, the king had left it there specifically for the person who had the character to actually move the obstacle.
And that's the punchline, isn't it? The opportunity wasn't some metaphor. It was a literal bag of gold, physically hidden behind the problem. By tackling that challenge head-on, the farmer didn't just clear a path for his community, he unlocked a massive reward for himself.
And so we end with the king's powerful words to his people. Remember, obstacles don't block our path, they create it. The path to strength, to character, and to real opportunity isn't found by going around our problems. It's found by going directly through them. So the next time you see a boulder in your road, what are you going to do?